Hello everyone and welcome to a special Jewel preview edition of In the Box Seats. I'm joined by Ella Cohen and Paul Joice, two of the best in the business, to find us a winner or two on Saturday. How are we all doing?
I'm doing great. Ella, how are you?
Good to be here. Good to have the A team back. Hopefully we'll find some winners because I think we were looking, it is a massive card.
Yep.
Obviously the 10 races and a lot of acceptors. So it's going to be a huge one to get through. I'm going to be with my pen and paper writing down everything that Paul and Mitch have to say, that's for sure.
We've only sort of just started to sift through the form, but there is plenty of horseflesh going around on Saturday.
Yeah, that's it, Mitch. I think everyone's got to realise the fields have just come out, so we're just sort of laying our eyes on them. There's 160 plus runners on the day, 10 races, rails true, weather's great. Hopefully that track gets to a soft 5, maybe even a good 4 the way things are tracking, and it's going to be a great day. Plenty of value to be found if you find a few winners, and our job come the day will be to find them. Sky One, I'll be on Sky One all day right here on track, so even if we can't find them right now, tune in on race day and we'll have all the winners ready to go.
And also too, note with Joycey too on Saturday, the bonuses back with your quaddies.
Yeah,
and you've been successful with the quaddies of late.
I've been close to successful. Been shattering actually.
Successful
the last
of getting
weeks.
3 legs. You know?
Successful of getting the first 3 legs and beating in a photo in the last. But we're hoping to break that trend this week, and it'll pay well, I think, if you get there this week. So
we've got a big show coming up, obviously previewing all that. We teased it on the show last week as well. We're going to introduce some lookalikes. We're going to do a segment here on the show where people around our precinct, the Gold Coast Turf Club industry, we're going to do some fun little lookalikes. So stay tuned for that later on in the show.
We'll all probably lose our job by the end of the segment, but it was fun going down.
It was.
The 10 races, as we said, the Jewel are the major attractions, but it's a terrific support program, probably one of the best Jewel race days.
Yeah, for sure.
The Gold Jewel has got plenty of depth to it. The Gold Coast Stakes is the last race, full field over 1,800, will be a great betting race, the last.
Military Rose is always a good field, and it kicks off with a good race. I mean, we just start and keep going all the way through.
We start at time of recording a soft 7, but borderline a 6, and a live chance a soft 5 come race day. There is the forecast. I don't want to be Debbie Downer. Friday, maybe 5 to 10 mils, but as we've seen with the bomb of late, it
means nothing.
Yeah,
we don't listen anymore.
What's happening off the track? More importantly,
plenty is happening. We're happy to be fact checked on this, but I do think this is one of the first feature race meetings in Queensland where we're opening the gates for free entry. So a huge day of racing, and you can get in for free. And I don't think it's been done before. So get along, free entry for general admission. There are limited tickets still available in the owners pavilion over at the Glass House. So a nice little discount for any owners with a runner on the day, 95 per person for owners, 110 for the public. You get your drink on arrival and food, and obviously you're right next to the mounting yard. So that's a great spot to be in. Tickets are still available. Restaurants are sold out. So if you want to get on track, do it. Get into the owners pavilion or come along for free entry. It's going to be a great day's racing.
Now, this is something that we've been waiting for all week since we announced it. I know you're excited.
We've been in the group chat talking about it. We're very excited.
Joycey, you sort of joining us this week. Have you been sort of recognised with any famous people throughout your time? Or?
I get confused with Brad Pitt a lot.
Oh, yes, that
but
does
I learned
happen.
to deal with that. But that's about it.
Water off a duck's back, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
The reason this started, we had Fred Larson here on the show last week, international jockey, obviously racing on the Gold Coast at the moment, and we had a few calls in that Fred had a few lookalikes, and so this is what kicks off the segment. So Mitch, take it away.
Yeah, it's Fred and Frankie Dettori.
They look exactly the same.
Like
to me.
They're almost brothers, separated.
And you'd think so, but I think we have a second one as well.
Also too, there was a few more with Fred, but he may not talk to us again, so we'll leave them. We'll get a feeler with this one, and if Fred likes it, we'll go back to another one because there's a spitting image of Freddie somewhere else. Kenny Watson, our starter, and the former Roosters New Zealand player Jared Wera Hargraves.
Yes, see a bit
got
of
the
that.
little goatee.
The ears a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
It's spitting
can see
image.
that.
Yeah.
Spitting image. We've got plenty more in
Wow,
store.
this segment's flying. Like, you
We're-
can just feel it. You can feel it.
We've got plenty more in store, but if you are watching and you've thought of any, you've come up with any lookalikes,
Yep.
it could be our fearless leader, the chairman, Brett
Yep.
Cook, it could be our CEO, whoever you want to target,
Yep.
send an email to marketing@gctc.com.au and we are going to be introing those on the show each week
Yep.
with a little segment like this. So we're looking forward to your submissions. We
Yep.
can't wait to watch them.
Any of us?
Yeah.
We're
for
happy.
sure.
We're happy
Yeah,
to copy.
I'm already
Yeah.
thinking, Mitch,
Yeah.
who I
Yep.
can find.
Well,
There's a couple of
I'm away
fella.
next week, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen to me when I'm not here. But let's see what they come up with.
You're free next week, Joycey, to join us.
Yeah.
We'll just dedicate the show to Ella lookalikes.
I'm sure there's a few.
Yeah, shouldn't take too long. Bag of carrots or something. Let's get into finding a winner or two. The 2-year-old Jewel, let's get down to business, Joycey. One of the more open 2-year-old jewels that we've had, of course, I was only saying to our CEO, what a luxury price grafter burners. How little did we know last year at $3.80.
Yep.
Goes on to win a Sunlight. Now he's $6 for a Galaxy next
Yeah.
weekend.
That's going to be cool to see him down there for the Galaxy actually graft a burners, just to see how that form
Yep.
lines up. But no, for the 2-year-old this year, I mean, look, I think Final Crusade has come up favourite. The market's literally just hitting the market now. Ryan Maloney, barrier 1. Debut was home and hosed before run down by the stablemate Boomtowns. And they thought enough of Boomtowns to enter him in the Pago. Didn't quite get down there, unfortunately. But I think that's got to be the right form, probably the strongest form we've got. I know we've got the North Queenslander there, Better Blitzham's coming down 4 from 4. So that's winning form, right? But North Queensland form, what do you do with it? You know, I think the best form is Final Crusade form. But like you were saying just before we came on, it's not an easy race to pick.
No. I thought Esperanza was good. I don't like the barrier draw. She's going to be back, but Grafter Burners did sit back. That first turn in the Jewel, it can be quite messy, and your race can be won and lost through that first 200 metres. Horses that haven't had experience in big fields, I think, tend to struggle. I thought best roughie in the race might be Summer Sensation, up to 1,200 metres. Kelly Sweeter, same connections of Grafter Burners, Damien Thornton to ride.
I like Esperanza, if I'm saying that right. I think that was my pick of them all. I also, I always go on names. It's all about Mary. My nana's name was Mary, so I feel like there's a good omen there with that one. So that's going to be my roughie for the race. But I think on form, Esperanza was the one I'm liking the best in that one.
To the other feature, the 3-year-old Jewel, which has got a capacity field. And this race seemed to change a lot of complexion this morning when the barrier draws come out.
Yeah, well, Earn to Burn's drawn 21.
Yep.
So still gone up favourite, but you're going to have to be nervous taking anything from 21.
And I thought he was going to be vulnerable at 1,200 to begin with. Now 21 gates. Who knows what they do from that gate? Do they go forward and hope for the best? Or?
Well, they'll come in a couple with emergencies, won't they? But they're still going to be basically jumping out of 16, 17.
Yeah.
The official starting lineup is. I am really keen to stick with Fabulantes despite drawing out. I mean, this fellow's been ripping through handicaps week after week, carrying the grandstand and thumping the 3-year-olds. Now gets back to a set weights race, which is perfect for him. If he'd drawn anywhere inside 8 or 9, he would have been my best bet of the day, but he's drawn 18, so he'll come in a couple with the emergencies. But the way he's going, he's versatile. He can get back run on. If he's got to go forward, they can use him early. So I'm pretty keen on Fabulantes to knock over Earn to Burn out of the sort of the ones at the top of the market. But I'm sure you can make a case for a few down the page as well.
Cool Da Vinci was placed in a JJ Atkins, so he's Group 1 placed. He had a interrupted Melbourne campaign. Not much went right for him. He worked in between races here on Saturday, so he brings some class. I thought Smexy was over the odds off early markets. Yes, it was beaten fair and square by Ninja in the Vo Rogue, but that is still Ninja form. It was 4 lengths. It did run second, so it beat the others home. Recent trial was quiet with no shades on. The shades go on race day. Got a soft draw at 16 to 1. I thought she could run a race. She ran 4th in an Oxlade. She's just worth a spec at odds.
She's never ever run a bad race, Smexy. Doesn't matter where. I don't know. She's a sort of filly. Doesn't matter who she runs against. She's always going to run well. And I think the soft gate, probably for her, brings her in from being a roughie to a horse with a genuine chance.
Even a horse like Saxo Bushy seems to have gone up big odds in the market at double figures. Ella?
I like the look of Hunter's Mate and Lucky Clever Thoroughbreds. Obviously, they have a race on the day. They're the sponsors of our Gold Jewel. And so I hope they have some luck in the 3-year-olds. They'll be very excited for them to come for their race, I'm sure. But yeah, I think Hunter's Mate looks good and I'm going to stick there.
The other 10, other support program, very strong races. Any early thoughts there, Joyce?
I was interested with Wanda Rocks that accepted in 2 races.
Yep.
I think there was a 1200 and the 1000.
Yep.
They've opted to go to the 1000
yep.
With a claim for Jasper Franklin and a good draw. So I think you can focus on Wanda Rocks as winning on Saturday.
Yep.
Probably the best bet at this very, very early stage.
Yep.
I would have been tempted to go with her at the 1200 as well. Just the way she won last start. That was a huge win at Eagle Farm, and she just never runs a bad race.
Could be Lindsay Hatch's last runners before he joins
could
Tony
well be.
Gollan.
Could definitely be.
We'll try and get Lindsay on the show too in the next couple of
he's
weeks.
going to keep her as well.
Yeah, right.
Probably under Tony's name, but will be, kept here on track, I'd imagine.
What a good 1,000-metre horse, Wanda Rocks is.
A good horse in general, but yeah, she's reliable.
Ella?
Zoo Baby in the Tab Military Rose Plate, I think, has got some good recent form. Gollan stable.
Recent form.
Gollan always has a lot of luck on this in this meeting. So I think, Zoo Baby in the Tab Military Rose is my kind of pick of the rest.
Following another dual acceptor first mission, Kelly Sweeter had it in 2 races, opted to go the 78 1100. I thought it could get away with the first, but it is one tough race meeting coming up on Saturday.
I just want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors. The day is presented by St John's Crisis Centre, an incredible charity here on the Gold Coast. They'll be fundraising down in the event centre for them. They're obviously the naming rights of the day, the 3-year-old, but also we've got Aquis Tab and Lucky Clever Thoroughbreds, as mentioned, the Thoroughbred Girls, another syndicate as well. So great to have so many people on board, especially in the racing industry, getting behind and Racing Queensland support what will be an incredible day for the Queensland Jewel. Looking ahead, Hollandale Stakes Day obviously is the next feature coming up. As this episode goes live, their tickets should be on sale to our members first. So then obviously we'll go to the general public next week. So that's obviously the next one on, and we've got some very exciting things coming up for Hollandale Day.
Yeah, some of the big names are starting to build up their campaigns. Of course, news through this week that Antino, they've pulled the pin on the autumn campaign. They're hoping to get back on track for a Doomben Cup tilt again, which would mean he'd probably more than likely be here at the Gold Coast. Names like Calf Yours, Knight's Choice. If you threw Antino, Arapahoe's a possibility, a Sydney Cup winner.
Arapaho, I'm hearing he's targeting Queensland for the winter.
She's a hustler who won the Zipping Classic, so it could shape up as one of the strongest Hollandale stakes lineups in a number of years. Thanks, Joycey. We've also got a big show again next week, so stay tuned to In the Box Seat. We'll recap Jewel. No Ella.
No me. I'm sorry, guys. You'll miss me next week. I'll be back following week with some great tips, I promise.
And we'll keep heading towards our look at the Autumn Carnival as well as we start to gear up towards Hollandale. Enjoy Saturday.
Looking forward to it.
And we'll catch you next week on In the Box Seat.